Hey everyone, my name is Taps, and today I'd like to talk to you about how to make money with meme coins and poo coins. Some of you might say, but Taps, you're a fundamentalist. How can you support these? Well, yes, I'm a fundamentalist, but it is undeniable that people are making really impressive returns with these plays. And so what I've done is applied fundamentals to these over the past couple months and have made some impressive returns by doing so, which I'll address in this video. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the community and feel free to subscribe. I'm a crypto, stock, and real estate investor, but never a financial advisor. Every cycle seems to have something that arises as the fast money play. 2017, it was the ICO craze and the food tokens like Yamcoin, all those, and tons of them shot up. Tons of people made a killing, but a lot lost a lot of money as well. In 2021, that is the meme and poo coins. These initially frustrated me because it was hard to see a project that came out of nowhere with no tech and just hype essentially to shoot up amazing gains and leave all of the long building and actual valuable projects that are going to change our lives with crypto in the dust. But as an investor, the ability to make money with these in the short term is undeniable. So I took time to understand them, see what works, and will share with you two strategies on how I've invested in these. First, you need to realize these are momentum and community-based projects. They grow due to awareness being so crazy cheap and people who are dedicated to pumping them up. That means there are big ups and big downs. So you need to get in low and then sell high. This first strategy is absolute maximum risk in that it can have a big payday or you can lose all your money. Think of it as like walking into a casino and putting $100 on a random number during roulette. Be prepared to lose that money as just, fun gambling. But if you hit, make sure that you don't just let it ride and take profit. But I don't have a huge appetite for risk, but you may. So the first strategy, you want to go to poocoin.app. You want to get into these plays before they get listed on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. And if you go to the trending tab and then go ahead and look at the most viewed tokens and most linked tokens, you can just blindly pick one if you have a high tolerance for risk. Or go look at the coin that you're interested in on Twitter and Reddit and see how many people are talking about the coin. If there's a big following, influencers. So you can see there's a bunch listed here. We have, Bunny Token and SAFEMOON, Yummy. I like to actually find a commonality between these two. And the one that I actually chose to invest in, and I think is kind of interesting just because a bunch of subscribers brought it up to me. I looked on Twitter, and I think it's funny enough, and I saw it was mentioned in several news articles, which was StopElon. So we can see here that it was both on the most viewed tokens and on most link. And StopElon has been mentioned in multiple news articles, like, Elon's kind of blown up in terms of crypto on a negative light, but we can look at the chart and we can see what's happening, right? Is it gaining in momentum on the chart? And we can see here on this one, yes, it is. We had the big crash that happened with Bitcoin that actually reset multiple of these coins, and we can see it is gaining traction. Plus, I liked a lot of what I looked at in terms of, it has a ridiculous goal of essentially take full control of Tesla stock and stop Elon, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I do like the roadmap. I like that they're actually building it very similar to FEG. At least it's laid out similar with a lot of the things that they're going to be doing. And it has a lot of that hype factor that is going to send a lot of people behind it to pump it. And I think it'll do really well. But again, it's kind of up to you on which one of these you can choose because there are so many options. But I think looking at it in this view and finding which one is going to do well before it hits CoinMarketCap is probably going to be a good bet. And we've heard a lot about Yummy and AquaGo and several of these other ones on here, Super Shiba, but it's up to you. This is at least a good way of finding tokens before they get more popular. Just always consider, does it look legit? Do they have plans for an audit so it's not a rug pull? Is there a roadmap? Like still, if you can apply those metrics besides just, closing your eyes and throwing a dart, that's probably better. But that's the first strategy. And using this strategy is why I chose the StopElon token. The second strategy is a safer method, and that is to simply stick with the ones that started as jokes, similar to Doge, but are actually building projects that could have longevity, have proven that they're not rug pulls, have a massive community, and have catalysts that can keep the momentum going. Most of these have been beaten down recently due to Bitcoin, dropping 50%. And why is because of that teeter-totter effect, right? So all the altcoins, Bitcoin was high, so people were taking their Bitcoin and altcoin profits and taking some of that and then throwing it into these riskier plays. Now, Bitcoin dropped roughly, 50% overnight, and then the altcoins dropped a lot, about 30 to 40%. So they then took profits out of these meme coins and started investing more so into these beaten down alts and safer plays. It just makes sense. But once Bitcoin and the alts even out, which should happen in the next probably couple days or week, that's when people are going to be looking back to these coins again because they'll recoup their gains that they lost initially on those altcoins in Bitcoin. So getting into these while they're on sale is a smart move. So here are the fundamentals that I look for in a safe investment when it comes to these coins. And that's what I look for are, is their audit complete? Or multiple audits? Or is it soon on the roadmap? Like it seems like it's legit and it's either CerTic or some other organization that is going through, or even if it's approved by Warren Ruggs, like that helps too. And it just doesn't have a rug proof badge. A lot of these newer tokens just say rug proof, and that doesn't mean anything. The next piece is a roadmap with upcoming catalysts, and you can see that they're ticking things off, or they're at least close on how it's trending. Like if it says that they have a roadmap and they're 3 months behind on it, I don't know. But if they're a couple weeks to a month around what they've been saying they're going to hit, then that means they're actually acting on it. Do they have a community? Like, are they big on Twitter? Are they big on Reddit, Telegram, Discord? Is it positive? That means that it will be able to build momentum or maintain momentum. And again, it'll be like this, but that's why right now we're on that down slope and you want to buy that before the momentum picks back up. Do they have a marketing budget? Are they working with influencers? Are they being featured in media? Are they doing grand displays? SAFEMOON and Elongate were like doing big billboards. New York, Times Square, they had like their logos and planes and stuff. Like those things catch eyes, and they're actually just big stunts that are grand displays that actually catch eyes more on Twitter than the actual events themselves, but they're effective. And do they have visible leadership? I hate when they hide the leadership. So that's another thing to think about. But again, buy low in the momentum cycles. Don't FOMO in when it's at a very top, because yeah, it can keep running, but you're better to just wait for it to hit that low again, and then it'll hit another high. Applying these strategies allowed me to get into FEG, SHIB, Elongate, SAFEMOON, and a few others, enough to hit a 10, 20, and even a 30x in gains in like a month, 2 months. They're not all going to be winners, but they don't need to be. Applying this method turned a few $100s into thousands for me, and why I've chosen to put some of it back in while they're down. So I'm gonna go through my picks on what I think are the safer choices, especially that are on sale right now. The first is FEG. I got into FEG back in March, and I actually did a video on it in my Hidden Gems video back in the start of April. And I think some of you actually did get into FEG around that time, and we can see what happened from that time all the way up here. And what's cool about this coin is back then it was like I literally threw $100 in, I think it was, just because I was like, this seems like something interesting. I like the tokenomics. It just seems like something that will like kind of be hyped up, and so why not? And I threw that in back here, and at this point, that I think $100 turned into well over 3 to 4 grand, and it's now consolidated down. But in that time, FEG has really turned into a very busy project that has become a decentralized exchange. I mean, they are really doing a ton, and I like that They're actively ticking things off the roadmap. They're giving back to charity. And again, they're ticking these things off as they go, and they're building constant partnerships. Or I listened to an AMA recently with, I think his name is Paul. The guy's absolutely brilliant. They're very upfront and very candid about as things come and what their vision is. So I think FEG will do really well, and that momentum cycle will rebound and pick back up probably in the next couple weeks to a month. And what's cool is they're building a ton on this. Like they have the FEG wrap, a FEG faucet, and again, they do have FEG X, which is their exchange, and they're building out so many pairings for this thing. So again, I believe FEG will do really, really well, and you can stake it for some pretty impressive gains as well. And when we look at the community aspect, FEG has over 100,000 followers. They're very active on Twitter in multiple different media sources. The next is, of course, SHIB. SHIB has been an absolute crazy run. I think I got back into SHIB back in April, so sometime around here, and we can see it shot up, and I haven't sold a single token. So I'm still sitting on my SHIB, and the SHIB army is vast. And what's different about SHIB is it has that entire hype factor about being like the Doge killer, but it has utility. The one thing I don't like about SHIB is that they're very secretive about the roadmap. They share little pieces here and there, but they don't actually show you as things go. But they're doing many things. Shiba Swap has been delayed for quite a few weeks, but when that comes, the Shiba army is all over it, and I think we'll see a big spike up. They have, of course, an art and a philanthropy aspect as well. When it comes to Shiba, again, there's a tokenomics aspect. They're actually adding new pieces to it with the bone and leash. I think bone's going to be the governance token, but it's the community that is going to send this thing absolutely continuing to skyrocket and rebound as well. 455,000 followers, a lot of outspoken influencers on YouTube who will send this thing rebounding fast. So while it's down, I don't believe Shiba is out, and we will see a secondary momentum pump very soon, probably in line with the Shiba swap. The next one is SAFEMOON, right? SAFEMOON, I think I got in sometime around April as well. I was able to turn $100 into probably like $1,500. I did take SAFEMOON profits because I wanted to put that into some other investments as well. We can see it actually held up pretty well, and I think it will continue to do well this cycle because it has been built out. It has many things on its roadmap still coming, and we can see that it is aiming for some of these larger exchanges sooner than later with Binance and even Coinbase as a potential target for them as well. SafeMoon has a massive following of 796,000 followers on Twitter and are still posting quite a lot of giveaways, and a lot of people are speaking about it still on YouTube. The next one is Elongate. Elongate, I got into again actually before it was on Coinbase, so I can't even show you when it was. I threw I think $200 into Elongate, and it turned into a little over $3,000. And in that, I did also take profits on Elongate. I think about 2/3 of that I did take, but I'm still holding some of my Elongate. And I actually am going to be throwing a little bit more back in, and the reason why is because Elongate does have many catalysts coming up. Again, an impressive roadmap. They're doing something very similar to SafeMoon, but they had a very large marketing budget. They did all of the things with the New York Times Square, a plane that had like a big banner with it. Like, it was very effective and allowed for a massive pump. But they do have a big catalyst coming up where they have a charity party co-hosted by Kimball Musk, Elon Musk's brother. I don't know how they got this guy involved, but it's happening on the 24th. So I think that will send a big, massive pump. So whereas Stop Elon is like negative Elon, Kimball Musk might be positive for the space. So we'll see how this goes. But either way, leading up to the event, I imagine Elongate will get a pretty sizable pump. So these are the meme coins or poo coins that I think will do well. These plays have high volatility. Most of these will not survive the crypto winter. So most of these I approach with a short-term play for this bull cycle. Let me know your thoughts on these strategies, and what meme coins do you think will crush in 2021? Is there another meme coin or poo coin project that I should know about that's not on my radar? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you found this valuable, or if this even gave you reassurance on why some of these are actually smart plays, please hit the like button so that way more folks can see this content, and hit the subscribe button and notification bell for future content. That's it for today. I'm Taps. Thank you for your time and happy trading.